This is really comes down to the battle of lizard versus soul.
Lizard versus soul.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's the old angel and devil on your shoulder.
Yeah.
What side is going to win, America? Which way are we going, America? Are we going lizard? We dabbled in lizard with George W., right? We had the 9/11 and we said, fuck it, torture, we went lizard.
Yeah, but he had us convinced it was a soul because,
Right.
the old
conservatism. Yeah.
Well, no, it's the old born again shit.
Oh, born again, yes.
Yeah.
But it isn't. It's lizard.
Yeah, it's lizard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or are you going to go soul?
Leave your moral compass at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome, Carl Mike. I'm Carl.
I'm Mike.
And we are here back at the Corner Bakery Cafe on this cold December day.
Burr.
Cold in Texas is 40s.
Yeah, the women break out
Sweat.
the furs and faux furs.
Furs are still here in Dallas.
Love them dead animal skins.
Yeah, I don't get that. And I saw interviewed this guy recently, and he's, big hunter or whatever. And he's got like 30 animals in his house.
Yeah, dead animals. Yeah.
With the heads there.
Yeah.
I just, and he's defending shooting elephants.
Oh, yeah.
I really don't get the elephant thing.
I don't get any of that.
They show video of him shooting this elephant. Well, the elephant's about 30 feet away, and he's got a gun. It's like the elephant's not charging. I mean, okay.
The elephant's going, what the fuck is this guy doing?
It would be like me throwing a rock at an SUV from 10 feet. It ain't that hard. There's no skill involved here.
No.
Oh, you got to track it. I just don't get the mentality. I'm an astronaut, Michael. I'm an alien in a foreign land. Sometimes I feel like.
Well, and I don't get it either. A friend of mine, his wife's uncle is a big time hunter lives out in North Dallas. He's got this huge ass house. This guy's got money is not a problem with this guy. And he travels all over the world killing these animals and brings them home and has this taxidermy, and he has these dioramas made.
It's
not
diorama.
it's like the animal attacking something else or jumping out or leaping, and then a painted background, and then it's like you'd see at a museum, a natural history museum in Chicago. Yeah. It's like that kind of thing.
Right.
But he's got it in his house and in his bedroom and all over the place. And he's got these heads and these, it's not just the head, it's the whole freaking body of some of the animals. You're right, I don't get that at all. I don't get the...
There's two ways I don't get it. One, I just don't get the, sport of it all.
There is no sport.
There is no sport.
There is no sport.
In my opinion.
No.
But the second thing is, in the year 2015, when these kind of animals are going extinct, on a planetary level, you have responsibility.
Why is it acceptable at any level?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if I get past the sport thing that I don't really consider a sport, the planetary level, I just don't get it. These animals are going extinct.
People that do that are very wealthy.
Yeah, I get that.
So it's a way of them showing, I think, that they have more access, more control than anybody else. Anything is available to them if they have the money.
Right. So it's just a way of what?
I don't know.
I mean, I get it in 1830, where you got to shoot the deer to eat it because your family.
Oh, that's a different ballgame altogether.
That's a different ballgame.
Or if you live in Alaska and you live in the backcountry and that's the way you eat, that's fine. But just to fly first class over to Alaska onto a game preserve where they say, okay, why don't you shoot this one over here?
Bear.
And you shoot it and then arrange, and then your people arrange to have that brought back over here and stuff. I do not get it at all. There's nothing to get.
Yeah.
It's a sick fucking thing that they do.
I try really hard to figure out the mindset. I just can't get my head around it. But they're fine with it.
Yeah.
Now these days it's like, so there's some public shaming starting to happen on social media.
Yeah.
So there's starting to be some public shame around it, but then that just emboldens some people.
Oh, well, yeah, it's going to, it gets back to a political correctness thing. You say, well, they're just saying it's politically incorrect to kill. No, it's humanly incorrect. It's an incorrect thing to do.
Something
as a
wrong with their
human being.
consciousness.
Yes, there's something wrong with their soul that they get off on killing these animals. There's something wrong with their soul, to their very core, to their very being. If you're doing it for food, that's a different ballgame. But if you're doing it just to go out and take a life, what's the difference between that and killing kittens when you're a kid? I'm not sure.
You could argue killing kids as a kid is practice for big game hunting later on.
Yeah.
Because it's about as easy
Yeah.
to kill a kitten as it is
Yeah.
to kill an elephant.
Yeah.
There's a lot I don't understand. We just San Bernardino killings, the Planned Parenthood killings, the country allowing mass shootings. Just
Well, it's like that crazy shack cracker. I'm going to call him a shack cracker because he lived in shacks and he's a cracker.
This
The
is the
crazy
Planned
shack
Parenthood
cracker.
killer?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
killed him. He's upset. I don't know what his deal is, but let's say he's upset that Planned Parenthood, he thinks, is killing babies. So he
Right.
decides that the solution for that is for him to suit up and go into Planned Parenthood and shoot it up and kill people
yeah,
and hurt people.
kill people to stop them from killing babies.
Yeah.
The abortionists would argue it's kind of like stopping Hitler or something.
I know. It's just you can't get in the mind of somebody like that, and you can't get in the mind. I think after the fact, you say, "Well, this guy's crazy." Well, obviously he is, and they're saying
Obviously,
you don't
anybody that would
deny
shoot
guns.
anyone that was killed, whether they're killing an elephant or killing a bunch of people, there's an element of craziness in
Yeah,
their
there's
head.
you're
There's
off.
something wrong with their soul, as you said.
There's something off about them.
Yeah.
That they feel like that's acceptable or okay. And so, they say, well, we need to deny people guns that are crazy. Well, who's going to say that they're crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the worst part.
Who's going to do that?
This is the worst part. I mean, we talked about this earlier. Ted Cruz, which is now a legitimate Republican candidate for president, extols his endorsements from people that argue to okay to kill doctors.
So
Abortion
I
doctors.
think you could make a case for saying anybody that believes that way is someone you should deny a gun to.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thought.
Yeah.
That is intimidation. When you say that is intimidation. That is bullying. You may not agree with the way that person thinks. In other words, you may not agree with people who say you should have access to abortion. But when you take it to that level and say that they are fair game for execution, that they are wrong, and issue comments like he's making and other people are making, that's intimidation. That's bullying. I don't see how it's not. And to think that somebody like that has the potential to maybe be nominated to run for president, or somebody like Trump who says, no, it's not enough to kill a terrorist, you got to kill their entire family.
Right.
He's appealing that little lizard brain, and I'll tell you, and I'm going to make a confession here. I've said that exact same thing
said
out
what
loud.
Trump said.
Yes, I've said what Trump said. It's like if you want to win the war against somebody like this,
You have to take them and their family out.
I hate to say this.
You are Trumpian.
You have to trump them on crazy. And the way you trump them on crazy is to out crazy them. So they're coming in and killing random people. You go, okay, dude, we've got you. We got you in the lockup here.
Here's your little boy,
We're going to
here's
kill
your
you,
mom.
but we're going to let you see your parents being killed, your siblings being killed, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your close friends, and your neighbors, and then we're going to tear your house down, and then we're going to kill you. And then we're going to videotape this whole thing and put it on the web so everybody can see, anybody that's a potential evildoer can see this, and give them maybe some pause. Now, would that give them pause? I don't know. But see, I've thought that exact same thing, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But that's what he's doing. He's putting a deep little probe into my lizard brain, going and give me a little shock.
So are you agreeing with Trump on this thing? Part of you does, doesn't
Part
it?
of me does, yeah.
But that would destroy the soul and fabric of what we're supposed to be about. Don't you
Correct.
get that?
Yes.
You get that too.
Oh,
So
no,
you get both.
no. I get both. I get
If we
absolutely both
become
of that.
as barbaric as they are, don't we lose? It's the age-old argument, though. If someone's being barbaric to you,
Yeah, but
how
what
do
do you do?
defend
You
yourself?
maintain your righteousness while somebody's cutting your head off. You go, well,
No,
at least I didn't become like this.
you're right.
And the head rolls.
I don't know, man. I see both sides of the argument. I see that argument, and I see that somehow we are all connected
Yeah.
in this thing, and it's unless we
They are-
spiritually get ahead of it.
They are bullying too. As terrorists, they are bullying. They're not any.
They're stand up to a bully is to stand up to a bully.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But they also want that. They want us to come over, so that helps them recruit. They want the boots on the ground. The airstrikes. They want the boots. They want the boots. They are walking right into what they want. They want the religious war.
Yeah, they want that. They have to recruit.
Yes, and the way we recruit is going, look at these Western Christians,
Yeah.
Infidels,
Yeah.
on our sacred ground.
On our sacred ground, who've killed one of our evildoers and all his family and all that. They're not going to do that. Or what you do is you there's got to be some old stores of napalm and shit like that from the Vietnam War. Some
there you
Agent
go.
Orange. Just go in there and fucking waste them.
You're back to your Trump lizard.
I know, I am back. It's so
Well,
easy.
you have to
It's
decide
so
which-
easy to do that.
Yes.
Plus, my favorite weapon, fuel air explosions. Have you ever seen those?
No.
Oh, they're so awesome. They're bombs.
Okay, these
They
are
go-
people underneath that.
They explode above the ground, and what it does is it releases a vapor, like a gasoline vapor. And then there's a secondary explosion as that vapor goes down that illuminates, lights it up.
Okay.
And so there's this blanket of flame coming down. And if you don't get burned to death, you suffocate because it sucks all the oxygen out of the immediate area.
This is why we struggle for market audience share. We had them at there's something wrong with their soul for killing an elephant. See? And then we turn them less than 5 minutes later
I know, and
to a
that's-
detailed description of a fuel bomb. You have to decide. Are you going lizard or are you going... Which side are you, Michael?
I'm
Are you going
probably...
soulful or psychotic? That's the
My
choice.
heart wants to be social, but
Soulful?
if there's a family member or somebody that's close to me that's killed in one of these things, I'm going lizard brain. I'll flip in an instant.
So we could have Trump as president.
Yeah.
Because if things go crazy enough, you'd say, fuck it, bring him in there. He's crazy
Yeah.
enough. Who knows what the fuck he'll do. But,
Or
see
Cruz.
the fascism
Or
of Donald
Cruz.
Trump?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, he's a fascist.
Isn't he? It really is, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic. I didn't realize that.
And would you
I mean,
call let's come up with a term right now. What is a Christian fascist called? Christo fascist? Christo fascist?
Yeah, there's not a good word for that yet.
No, but we need one.
We need one?
I'm turning to the copywriter.
Christo-fascist. huh?
Christo fascist.
Yeah.
Trump's not a Christo fascist. He's just, he's
Trump is a
fucking-
narcissist, and it turns out a fascist. Narcissist and a fascist, which is a great combination. I always say, if you go to the Hitler comparison, you've lost the argument. But it's so easy to go to the Hitler comparison with Trump.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I had two realizations on Trump, or insights, or maybe it's just some sort of dead end. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing that he's doing right now is one big apprentice show. The people that are sitting around the table
Are the
candidates.
Yeah.
And here's the second thing, but it's all part of the deal. Trump is a puppet master. He's
He
got them
is.
dancing. He's pulling the strings that
Everybody.
makes them dance.
He wants $5 million from CNN to debate.
Yeah, yeah. So he's pulling the strings. It's like he's still running the show. He is running the show.
Yeah.
Everybody deferred
He
to
is.
him. The candidates are deferring to him. They
CNN
say,
going to give him $5 million?
I
he not
hope
gonna
not.
show?
I hope not. I don't care if he does.
He
I
doesn't
don't
quite
care if
get
he
it.
does. Well, he's
Part of me says Trump
Here's the
really
beauty.
doesn't want to be president.
Here's the
and he
beauty.
will continue to say crazy motherfucking things and keep
Yeah.
pushing it.
yeah.
Don't you think
Here's
part
the
of him
beauty.
doesn't
Here's
wanna
the
be?
beauty of what he did, though. He said, if he had said, if you give me $5 million, I'm going to show up.
Right.
He said, I'm going to show up if you donate $5 million to Wounded Warriors. So all of a sudden, it's making CNN look like doofuses if they're not giving money to Wounded Warriors.
Yeah, that's the brilliance of Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what he could say is, he could take it a step further at the next one, and say, I just gave Wounded Warriors $5 million. I challenge all the other candidates to give $5 million to Wounded Warriors. And if they don't, they look like they're not supporting the troops. I mean, the guy is fucking brilliant. What he is truly brilliant. He is a brilliant manipulator.
That would be the argument to have him as president then. Because he'll make deals with China and he'll manipulate them and he'll manipulate the Israelis and he'll, his take on the Middle East thing where he says,
you don't have to talk me into it, Carl. I'm getting closer.
fucking he's a narcissist.
Huh?
He's a fascist.
He is. And Putin's not?
Right, but I think Putin is KGB all the way, through and through.
Can you name a leader of
Do we want the United States to be run by crazy people?
Can you name a leader of a country that probably wasn't a narcissist?
Yeah.
Really?
You're saying anybody who has a healthy ego is a narcissist? No, a narcissist is, he's textbook narcissism. I'm the greatest. I got the greatest. I don't remember.
He's more overt.
My favorite Trump line is, I don't remember where I saw that video, but I've got the greatest memory in the world.
Yeah.
That's a fucking narcissist. I'm sorry.
He canceled himself out in one statement. One statement, he builds himself up and cancels himself out.
But he's the greatest memory. He has the greatest, makes the greatest deals, has the greatest. Everything is the greatest about him. Mm-hmm. He's like 5 years old.
Little puppet master, dance, Ben Carson, dance.
Ben Carson.
Yeah, he's out. He's done. You call that a couple weeks before it did, he's out. Who you think's next out?
George Bush or Jeb Bush.
I think so too. I think so.
I think Jeb goes out.
I think he's going to go out because he's going. This is just like two nuts.
Jeb Bush ain't no smarty pants here.
No, he's really not.
He's right. He ain't that much better than George.
He may not be.
He may not be the smartest Bush.
They may have a level only that they go so high. And
but Jeb was the one who went to school and studied and tried to be like Daddy. Whereas George was out there partying, until he got saved. So Jeb tried and failed.
Coke and Jesus. Love it. It's a good combo.
Snort and saved. Got to have that Christian redemption.
Snort and save. That's good.
So I think Jeb Bush is out. He can't get over 5%. I don't think he will go through he will not embarrass the family name by showing up 4th and 5th in New Hampshire and Iowa.
Yeah, I think so. I think he
the
just
only
says...
thing keeping him in is he's got so much money behind him.
Well, that's what we keep hearing. That money is probably pledged money until it's not.
I don't know how that all works.
Yeah, I think it's probably pledged money until it's not. Nobody knows how it works because these 501, the Levi's,
right.
Those things are so out of control. Nobody has a clue.
Here's the part that scares me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Clinton could lose to Trump. So if it's Trump-Clinton, he could actually possibly maybe beat her.
Bill sure is quiet.
Bill is quiet.
Bill is asleep. Bill is studying.
Bill is. He's
going to school
work right now.
He's doing his work right now, and
because he's going to get down to as plain spoken as a Trump. He's going to appeal to the lizard brain and then twist it at the very end.
Trump's going to try and pull him out of the cave.
Yes.
He will pull him out of the cave.
Yes, at some point. Because Trump's going to be saying bad things about Hillary.
Yeah.
In a Trumpian way. And expect something like, if you thought Megyn Kelly was bad.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
No. He's going to be talking about, what's her name? What was
Hillary?
No, the girlfriend. The cigar chick.
Oh, Lewinsky.
Yeah.
He's going to say something like, Hillary couldn't handle her man. How's she going to handle the country? One of those deals.
Oh.
Isn't he?
Oh.
He's going there, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
How does he get by? How does he survive that?
He gets a pass. He is an entertainer, and as an entertainer, he gets a pass on all this shit.
But nobody gets a pass on that.
Trump gets a pass.
I know.
Is there anything he hadn't gotten a pass on yet?
Not yet.
I haven't heard McCain come out after him. I mean, even McCain's pushed out on this thing. And you'd think McCain would just gnaw on that fucker's legs until...
he really didn't, did he?
No.
Why was that?
I don't know. Maybe McCain's a pussy.
Boom.
Huh? Well...
Why didn't he? He had an opportunity there, that's for sure. He could have said, "Let me tell you,
You-
something,
you-
you stupid son of a bitch."
You either
He really
stand
would-
up,
and he could really McCain could have said anything about Trump, and people said, "Okay, yeah, you get a pass."
Yeah.
Right. He could have called him, anything.
yeah. The good stuff's going to come out though when if Christie starts to go up
Yeah.
and it gets to be a New York, New Jersey thing, that's when it's going to be good.
I don't know if Christie goes up, but
Yeah, he may not.
he's got the angry part down. Republicans are definitely angry. I think years of Fox News has done something to them.
It's not just Fox News. It's
So talk
Limbaugh.
radio.
It's
I think it's been 10 years of constant.
Yeah. That whole right wing machine, whether it's radio, TV, whatever, with everything they've done over the last 8 years, talking about Kenyon, he wasn't born here. Our religious beliefs are under attack. They're trying to take away our belief in marriage, by giving rights to this, and now they want everybody to smoke and weed, and it just goes on and on. They're coming to get your guns. So what it's done, it's whipped everybody into a frenzy, and they've built this Frankenstein monster. It was probably not their intent. I'm sure it wasn't their intent. I'm sure they're thinking, holy shit, what have we done now? Well, I don't know if they're not. But now they got to sleep with that fucker. It's not pretty. They built this insanity over years. They built it piece by piece by piece. And the insanity is based on all this fear of
The other
coming after your guns, coming after your Jesus, coming after your marriage, coming after, we've got some other in the White House. We've never had somebody like that. There are all these people.
But are we moving towards a kind of a quasi-civil war at some point? So let's say these shootings, right, are going on and on and on, right? Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a tipping point on this. You can only have mass killings every day, and at some point, people of common sense are going to say enough's enough, and they're going to make some moves on the guns, right? And let's say Hillary's elected, so we got another 4 years of Democrats. There's going to be some gun control thing, and now there's a group of people that are going to go just ape fucking shit, and there are so many guns in the country.
I think they probably will go ape shit, and
I think Christian terrorism is as alive and well as terrorism from outside.
Yeah. Oh, there's been more people
think we're gonna
killed
see-
by the locals. It's who is it that said?
7 times more likely to die from a Christian terrorist.
Yeah. Who is it that said that they're out in the woods clinging to their guns and Bibles?
That was Ben Obama.
Yeah, and he got just torn up about it. That's exactly what these fuckers are. These redneck, God-loving sumbitches.
Speaking of, they're coming here to Dallas at the our little mosque.
Oh, the Irving thing? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
KKK.
Yeah. Oh, the
All of a sudden,
KKK.
KKK all of a sudden is now up and out.
Huh?
They're kind of coming out from.
Well, of course they are. All this kind of talk with Trump and everything is made that legit again. They see him saying stuff that he's doing, other people saying stuff and not getting slapped down. They go, well, maybe it's time for us. Maybe we can come out of the shadows. And that's what there are. All these fucked up groups are coming out of the shadows. And so it may be a good thing. It really may be a good thing.
I think the terrorism, if it's this or gets people fired up over the internet to go out and shoot people, if that starts to happen on a regular basis, and it, ironically, that will create gun control. That's a real possibility.
I don't know if it will or not.
You don't know if it will?
I don't know that it will.
We're having people slaughtered every week.
No, I think more people are going to go out and buy guns. You heard? Did you hear they had the biggest one-day? I think it was biggest one-day sale of handguns ever. Right after that Planned Parenthood attack.
Really?
Yes, the biggest one day ever. Well, I don't whether it was sales or not. It was biggest one day ever where they try and get approved for sales, where they have people come through.
And how many of those?
And those are just the people that are trying to buy it illegal.
How many of those people already own a gun?
That's not the gun. Oh, a lot of them. There's already there's more guns than there are people in the United States. Do you have any guns?
No.
I don't have any guns. Well, I have one. It's my dad's 22 that he had, single shot 22 when he was a kid. Hadn't been shot in probably 40, 50 years.
Right.
But the only reason I have that is because Mom wanted me to get it out of the house. So I did. So no, there are people that have got multiple guns. I mean, tons of
I
them.
don't get that.
And
See, again, I'm
the
a stranger in a
ammunition that
strange
they
land.
have. Because
Why would you have more than one?
Well, because you're afraid that they're going to take them away. So you want to make sure you have an arsenal to begin with. It's not just the guns that they buy, it's all the ammunition, too. Because that's where the fun is. You know, the gun's one thing. You can hold that, and that's kind of cool, and click it. But, you know, when you load that fucker up,
Okay, well, going back to the gun is the same. The purpose of a gun is to kill. I don't have any desire to kill.
hunters will go, no, it's for sport and target practice. Bullshit. You're doing target practice, so when it comes down to killing, you can kill.
There's just a desire in man to kill.
Seems to be.
Does that go away? Does it ever get? Do we ever get past that?
Hadn't gone away since I've been around. Kind of ebbs and flows. And so it goes away until you have people threatening your way of life.
I used to say common sense, but I can't say that anymore. People of unusual sense,
Yeah.
people of consciousness.
The thing that I heard, and this is the first time I've heard this just this week, they're starting to be concerned. The establishment people and the Republicans are more concerned about Teddy being nominated.
Ted Cruz
yeah.
than they are Trump.
Yes. And
Ted Cruz is an evil fuck.
but think about the people that are behind him.
Yeah, the militant, anti-militant Christian
Militant
right.
Christian right. Okay, and that's his group. Trump is Tea Party and cracker son bitches,
Right.
whites.
Right.
Okay. And both of them are real rigid. I mean, they are strong supporters behind him. Okay.
Right.
So what's happening is you're starting to see their base fracture into different groups that you can really define. You can get some serious demographics around them and say, okay, this part over here is Republican, and that's who they are, and this part over here is Republican. And there's the established people over here who are the ones that sit in club chairs and smoke cigars.
But who are these
The
Republicans? Are
establishment-
these Bush Republicans that are worried about?
Yeah, no, what they're worried about now, the establishment people are, and the first
Cruz
time I
was
heard
an
it,
asshole on a
well,
deck.
they're worried about him, but they're worried about all the down ticket races.
Yes, if
That's
Cruz
what
or Trump.
Right.
Yes.
What they're worried about is people going, whoa. Not only am I not voting for that son of a bitch, but I'm
Pulling
gonna,
Democrat all the way down.
yes, I'm gonna check the
we
other
have an
boxes. Because
I'm hoping that the Republicans have their McGovern moment here in this
because
next
think
election.
about it, these other people that are running for office, whether it's senator, Congress, whatever the fuck they're running for, they have to support
Yeah.
the head of the ticket.
Right.
So you're going, well, I don't like this guy, and my dude's saying this. I'm going, no,
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
if you're in a blue state and you're a Republican, like Pennsylvania, to me, and I mean, you got to be going, holy fuck. First off, you're in danger whenever it's a presidential election.
Yeah.
Because you got more people coming out to vote. You can't
Yeah.
pull off the little off election thing where they can
More people that think, not just the true believers.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
But I think the other part of it is when you have these people are so strongly Trump or so strongly Cruz, and I would have to say those two are the ones because I think Ben
No, let's
Carson's
not-
people
yeah.
have they have switched sides and they're on to Cruz now. I think one of those, let's say if it got down to those two, one of them's not going to get it. Now, are their voters going to go over to Cruz, Trump's? I don't think so. I think they're going to be just pissed off. First off, I think Trump, if he's not given it, will run third party.
Yeah, if he's disrespected.
Ooh, disrespected.
Because at some
Don't
point,
you disrespect me.
yeah, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
absolutely.
he's already could make the argument.
Well, it's
He's being
not.
disrespected now.
Well, no.
Because let him. He hasn't
But-
even won a primary.
And what
yet.
he won't say, you're not. You're disrespecting me. You're disrespecting
disrespecting
them.
them.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And then they're gonna. That means.
Then Republicans lose. Clinton wins in a landslide.
Well, what he's going to
But
do
Clinton wins
is
in a
he's got those people even stronger behind him, and he will probably bring other people to him.
Right.
You're disrespecting them. It's not me. It's not about me.
No,
It's
but
about
see,
the
he's a
people
narcissist.
behind me.
See,
and them.
he's narcissist. It will be about him.
No, it will be, but he's smart enough to know that if remember, he's a puppet master.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's not just yanking the strings of the other candidates. He's yanking the strings of everybody in the stands behind him.
Let's,
He yanks my
let's bring
strings.
somebody we haven't brought up yet on
Who?
this. Rubio. Rubio is going to be the George Bush, what they thought George Bush would be. Rubio is a neoconservative. I mean, he's a neocon. I mean, I was kind of semi-surprised to see that Cruz is really kind of for restraint in the Middle East. At least that's what he talks. That he doesn't really want to, get in there that much.
Isn't that kind of way Obama is?
Yeah. So Cruz
Because
plays
we've
a
got
much
the problem
more,
because we got in there too much.
yeah.
And who got us in there too much?
That'd be George
Yeah.
Bush. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So Cruz is playing the, I want to make sure we get rid of ISIS, but I don't really want to
So
live
you're saying
there.
he's more of an establishment, not just establishment,
He's
neocon.
more actually
neocons
where
establishment.
Rubio is like,
Whoa.
let's wipe them out. Let's
Yeah.
put as much money as we need to put in there because they're a threat to America and da 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 da. Rubio is the Dick Cheney foreign policy.
Ooh.
Yeah, he is. So, he's got a great message of a new generation. And look, I'm young, and Hillary Clinton's 65 years old, and
Yeah, but I think part of that is we don't need some youngster in there with us.
we need another young neocon.
I don't want him sitting across the table
So
from
who do
Putin.
you-
Do not. I mean,
So let's
Putin
say
would
for
chew
whatever,
him up.
Clinton's gets disgraced or somehow is not going to be the candidate.
Elizabeth Warren.
No,
She's keeping her
no.
powder dry. She noticed she did not.
I'm saying,
she
let's
did
say
not
we're in the
endorse
general and something happens with Hillary.
Uh-huh.
It turns out,
Uh-huh.
she was having a lesbian affair and I don't know what.
With Elizabeth Warren.
With Elizabeth Warren. Which Republican is the least distasteful between Trump, Cruz, Rubio?
Who's left to drop out? I mean, there's still some people down there in the 1-2%.
Cruz, Rubio, Trump right now. Carson, but Carson's going away.
Yeah.
And then there's Bush.
Yeah.
It goes, double digits and then Bush at 5% and Christie at 3% and everybody else at 3%.
Who's the least?
Yeah, pick out of that.
I don't think there is any.
This really comes down to the battle of lizard versus soul.
Lizard versus soul.
This might be the title.
This is the title. Lizard versus soul.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's the old angel and devil on your shoulder.
Yeah.
What side is going to win, America? Which way are we going, America? Are we going lizard? We dabbled in lizard with George W., right? We had the 9/11 and we said, fuck it, torture, we went lizard.
Yeah, but he had us convinced it was a soul because,
Right.
the
That's
old
conservatives. Yeah.
Well, no, it's the old born again shit.
Oh, born again, yes.
Yeah.
But it isn't. It's lizard.
Yeah, it's lizard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or are you going to go soul? See, I'd rather have Cruz win than Trump, the nomination. Mm-hmm. Because I do think the Republicans need a McGovern beatdown to kind of purge itself.
There would be more of a beatdown with Trump. I mean, with Cruz than there would be with Trump. There would be. I think
Yeah.
there'd be. I think it would. Either way, the party's blown. It'll never pull back together the way it was. I have no idea what it'll
You
become.
think there'll be a third party that comes out of this?
A
They lose
permanent third
Republican?
party? No, because I think that the person that would do the third party run would be Trump, and Trump is Trump. Who's going to run after? It's like Perot is Perot. No, who's going to come in after Perot? It's based. That third party thing was based on a person and a personality, whether it was Perot or Trump,
Right.
and it.
Well, look, can we be honest about the Republicans here? Let's just look at history. I think this is an important point. They had it all going for them in the 20s, right? Had it all going in the 20s. Okay, then the Depression came, and that created FDR. And FDR ran for a long period of time. The only way the Republicans got back, and they arguably, with the Eisenhower, which really
Yeah.
was a kind of a hybrid
Yeah.
candidate, right? The only way the Republicans got back into power after Eisenhower was Nixon embracing this which were Democrats back in the day, embracing the Democrat crackers that are now Trump followers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And marrying the money establishment
Yep.
with the
Yeah.
crackers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a matter of
That
fact.
that
they
happened
did
from
that.
Nixon.
Yes.
That did
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
Reagan benefited from that. Okay? But that marriage has led to the Black Widow has swallowed the.
No, that marriage led to the birth of that Frankenstein monster.
Yes.
And that Frankenstein monster is just.
Yes. So now the Frankenstein lives. And so the Frankenstein will die. But when are the Republicans really going to be in power without the Frankenstein monster?
They're not.
But I mean, in other words, if they disengage from the radical Christian movement, they don't have enough to win.
I
They
think-
only got together with them to create a majority in the first place.
I think the establishment has to walk away from it. As a brand, it is tainted now. It is got the hoodoo on it, and you ain't get to get the hoodoo off of it.
I think the
can't-
establishment has lost the brand. I think the brand is
Yeah,
now
that's
owned
what
by.
I'm saying. It's-
So then they got to create
Yeah.
a third party.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to have to come up with a third party.
Right.
They would have to come up with a third party, and it'll be a third party not based on an individual like a Perot or a
Right.
Trump.
It'll be
but they'll have to have ideas.
Well, they will have to have ideas. That does challenge that.
Yeah, and the other people can be
Well,
just
the
pissed
ideas
off.
is the ideas, because right now the idea really is, they don't say it, but the idea is really the death of, these people hate government. Okay? The idea has to be, for the third party or whatever, is smart government, efficient government. Right? That really needs to be the idea.
And they need to get rid of that idea of conservative, because there's conservative. It's like we've talked about this before. Probably some of the most conservative people on the planet is, as far as the way they spend money, are the poor.
Right.
They have to be conservative. If they want to eat this week, they've got to be conservative with the
Right.
way they spend their money.
Right, right.
And so it's so what you're going to be left with
Or
is
you could,
Democrats, a new party, and
or
then
you could
these-
have an establishment. We want less government, but when it comes to social issues, they're pretty moderate. You could go that route.
you hit on it earlier, whether it's your better angels or your evil angels, whether it's your
Lizard or soul.
lizard or soul. We got a title. I
see.
like it.
We'll see who wins.
Yeah.
America, which way we going? Right now, it seems Lizard's coming on strong.
Oh yeah.
The lizard brain is alive and
Well,
well.
it's easy to yank that chain. I get my chain yanked.
Yeah. I mean, I felt the pull
Yeah.
of the lizard too.
Yeah.
On occasion.
Power of the lizard is strong within you.
Yes. The dark side pull is strong.
It's basically a Star Wars. We're in the middle of a Star Wars.
And how appropriate
bad.
Star Wars
Yes.
is coming. There you are.
Motherfucker.
And right now, the dark side. The dark side. Yeah. All right. We've done it again.
Yep.
I don't know what we've done, but here it is, America.
Yeah. Plunk.
We have given it to you.
That's right.
We have dumped our brains,
Oh,
both
we-
good and bad.
We've taken a big old heaping dump right on the table here.
This is.
It's all
This
yours.
is a mental dump. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have
Yep.
delivering it.
Yeah.
Till next time, tune in to Carl and Mike, carlmike.net for more Carl and Mike. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Out.